Hi there, Taurus, and anybody else tuning into your reading here. Welcome, welcome. Love and light to you guys, and welcome to May 1st to the 15th. This is a bonus reading, and we're going to pull cards here for each of the days and see what is at play. Taurus, though, I was meditating on your energy before I turned on the camera, and this is not just a tarot reading, it's also a channeled message. So, and it's funny, let's clear it. Yeah, I'm seeing you like coming down to something. It's like, this is something silly we have to maybe point out. This is for a number of you, like I'm seeing you just pointing something out. Now, on the let's say contrary, but it's simultaneous to that. Okay, there is something that you really do want. I'm hearing, you want to live for something. Wow. Okay, so it's like two very strong energies. Maybe they're in the same space at the same time, and it's just not, you're feeling annoyed by that. It's like, I'm tired of just kind of not making a decision. I'm hearing that as well, and just saying that it's all okay. Yeah, Father Wands coming through. Let's get a few cards on that. Father Wands, what is going on, Taurus, with your talk about that? Eight of Swords in reverse. So someone is coming down to, okay, they are, well, yeah. And it comes down to who's going to be the one to say it, is what I'm hearing as well. Maybe this is something that, it could be a negotiation for a number of you. Let's pull another card on that Eight of Swords, two more cards. Five of Swords, it definitely can be Nine of Swords in reverse. Definitely something that you need to relay, and maybe to a large audience. It's like, well, this is a big deal. It's like a lot of people are going to be witnessing, I'm hearing that as well, what the decision will be. Maybe this is for a number of you, but anyways, well, Taurus, let's talk about this. I'm hearing that. And maybe this is something that you realize you want, and it's like, you got to just kind of come out with it already. And it revolves around your finances. For a number of your financial situation, maybe it's involved. Maybe finances are involved in some way, and it can get complicated, but the emotional side of the story is just too much to not do anything about here. With the High Priestess, 10 of Cups, for a number of you, you see someone you know. Okay, I'm hearing A-K. A-okay. I'm seeing someone's talking to someone. They're like talking to valet. They're like, yeah, no. They're like they're pointing at somebody. They're like, I'm hearing for a number of you, I have to get to know her. Wow. So for, it can be a metaphor. The valet can also be spirit guide, for example, take it as you will. What is the symbol of a car here? But there's just something that you realize you also want. For no reason, someone you want to get to know with the 10 of Cups and 3 of Cups. It's something, though, that also you feel you're really, really passionate about. You feel like you've got a history here as well. Yeah. With the High Priestess, a dream, the 9 of Wands. Oh my goodness, leading out. Look at these cards. They're just so dreamy, the 9 of Cups. Leads out like a portal to this moon that we see sitting at the apex of this long sort of cascade of stairs. We have this High Priestess mirroring that card of 9 of Wands with a moon that opposes it, mirrors that moon on the 9 of Wands. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. They have mirroring moons. For a number of you, and you got the 10 of Cups sitting up top, that 9 of Wands, 9, 10. For a number of you, got to finalize something. But ironically, it's not just like saying, hey, this is where we begin. It's more so acknowledging what has been involved and coming to the point where you realize what this new beginning, will say in a certain way, is to be seen as, but as a reflection of the past, of what has been. 10 of Wands upright, and the 3 of Cups in reverse. There is something really intense here. Very intense. For now, you got to make a decision. Maybe there's just something, for a number of you, though, I'm just seeing this Taurus, like, you may see someone who you know in some way. You got a really important connection with them. I'm hearing that. You see them with, like, another person, and that's just the end for you. You're like, oh no, like this could even be someone that you dated in the past, and you like see them maybe in public with someone else, and it's just like, there's just something here. It's like, maybe it's a shock, it can be a dream you have, it could be just a fear. It's like, well, yeah, I'm no more. Like, if I've been playing hard to get, this is for the Sun in reverse and the Father Wands upright, looking over a long ass way to the future. It's like, well, I'm seeing you have it. Maybe you got a moment here with yourself where you have a reality check. You're like, why would I do that? No, I'm not going to waste any more time. Devil upright. Some of you dealing with somebody who's a really hot commodity. We're not going to lie. Well, what does that mean? Well, I don't want to objectify anyone, but that's maybe what someone is feeling. Remember, this is a channeled message. It's not my personal opinion. Let's get real. We are reading for 1,000 people at least, right? We can assume that this reading will, yeah. So everyone's story will be different, and the way that you see the story will be different at different times as well. Sometimes, you'll be doing a reading and it's like, oh, I feel like maybe that's related to that. You come back about a year down the line, generally you'll know in a macro space what the reading is referring to 6 months to 8 months down the line. Yeah, it's really interesting. So, and I did a reading, I know I'm bringing this up, I recently, been bringing this up a few times. Spirit, I guess, wants this to be known, that because it is quite illuminating to know that readings are not just like, yeah, you got to come back to readings, but it was a year prior to the pandemic, and I channeled a message. It was something, keep clear of Corona. Yeah, I channeled keep clear of Corona. That exact phrase came through. And I was like, well, Corona, okay, we can say beer. Okay, maybe watch your weight, like, okay, wink, wink, like, I don't know. But when we come back a year later, not even 6 months to 11 months later, and, lo and behold, people are commenting on that reading like, hey, Corona is something really different from what we may have been suspecting, because people were commenting on that reading. They're like, oh, Corona means, da, da, da. They even pulled up words, Greek words, etc. So it's not to say that something will only resonate in one way, of course, duh. Yeah, so within a certain space, it may resonate in a number of ways. So come back to the reading if you feel guided, Taurus, but now let's just get into it. There's something so awkward here with the Two of Cups reverse, Devil of Right. It's like watching your crush flirt with someone else because you were sitting back. Okay, like, I'm hearing, I don't know if it's fair, I'm hearing that. What's that about? Hangman, oh god, no. Some of you are mesmerized by someone. Okay, that's a fit for no reason. It's a physical thing, but definitely no question. Two of Pentacles, like, it's like, that's it. It's even like I see people bidding on something here. They're like, you know what, that's it. Like, I'm not going to be playing Dalai Lama, I'm hearing that as well anymore. It's like something just gets down to it already. Like, maybe someone has this fear, like, oh shoot, they're going to move on. Hierophant here coming through. Or maybe there's something of a relationship that you've been dating somebody, and suddenly it's like there's this moment of epiphany where it's like, oh my god, like, if I don't take it to the next level, and it can be a vision you have, well, a project you're working on, but yeah, bidding especially, but for a number, this is someone Let's get a few more clues on that. I'm hearing Nate really strongly here. Nate, Nate, with the High Priestess. I'm seeing a male Pisces for a number possibly. Or somebody's got a lot of Pisces, maybe a lot of masculine energy as well. Take it as you will. Leo. I'm hearing a lot of Leo as well. Some of you, and you got the Sun in reverse. Let's clear it. Someone is really shy though. They're like, I don't know if I should like come out and get to know them. It's like, I'm seeing someone else maybe. It could be your own perspective. It's like you push yourself in the middle of the dance floor. You're like, stop this, okay? You need to get out there. I'm hearing that, like, and once and for all, okay, Devil upright. It could be, again, like a surge that comes over you. It almost is a little bit maybe shocking, like, even to you. It's like, oh God, like, I can't believe I'm doing this. Like, maybe it's just out of the routine, out of the ordinary for you, to make such a move forward. High Priestess. But, if we're not going to do that, then what is there really? If we're not going to be forthright with our feelings, then what are the feelings, right? It's like, if we have a seed, but we keep it in its little sachet, its little packet for 4+ years, okay, and we never plant it, okay, in any kind of soil here, what do we say the seed is? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's then maybe something else. I'm hearing that, like, maybe someone feels that if they don't take, they're in a connection possibly already, and it's like they're thinking, well, the connection that is right now, if I don't really help it manifest, I'm hearing that as well, to the next level and stage, if I don't take, in other words, matters into my very own hands, it's gonna just vegetate. I'm hearing that as well. And there is a point here where you realize, like, I'm kind of done. I'm hearing masterclass. Someone's very intimidated by somebody here with a High Priestess. Extremely, extremely intimidated, but at the same time, equally as much attracted. I'll say that as well, with the High Priestess mirroring the Father of Wands. Someone really doesn't know how to interact really with someone is what I'm seeing. It is a feeling of like, not of like, oh, I'm like trying to intimidate you, but just, when you got someone, I'm seeing somebody's meeting somebody on a dance floor. I keep seeing it, it could be a metaphor, but, and it's just, there is just this energy, okay? It's just the auric energy in the field. I'm hearing that, like, between these two players. It's like, they're just naturally, maybe they're getting psyched out. Let's pull another card on the Father of Wands. What's going on? He's got his eye on the High Priestess. It is a little bit like a moth to the flame energy. It's like, oh my god, I'm so inspired. I'm hearing that as well. Maybe this is someone who you got a crush on this person. I'm hearing that, but it could even be like professionally, like, they're my like professional hero, like my professional crush will say. I'm really attracted to their work, I'm hearing as well. And so, maybe you meet them, maybe you bump into them, and it's like, oh, it would have been the perfect like opportunity for me to like get to know her. I'm hearing this as well. But yeah, no, this person could be a famous writer. I'm hearing screenplay writer. I'm hearing that with a High Priestess clear, with the Magician. Yeah, they're very well traveled. They travel a lot. Yeah, they're definitely front of me. This is a writer, an editor, spokesperson, spokeswoman. I'm hearing that as well. The Hermit. They may be, they work in law enforcement. I'm hearing that. They are a legal agency screenplay writer. Maybe they work with the legal side of screenplay writing, for example. They may be a farmer. This is for another number of you. They work with something with agriculture. Their family does. This is for the Father Penalty reverse. For no reason, there's something that you're just like, yeah, you know that moment when you're like on the teacup ride and you're like, okay, well, it's not a usual circumstance, but let's just say, right, it could be a metaphor. When you're like waiting to get to know someone, I'm hearing that as well. You're like, well, the perfect opportunity. When it comes about, then I will say what I need to say. So you're like obviously on a teacup ride, okay? And it's like you have your eye on someone else that's on another teacup ride. You're like, well, when our teacup rides sort of like, you know, they re-emerge close enough to one another, closely enough to one another, or closer than they are right now. I don't know what your standard is, Taurus, but take it as you will. I don't mind shouting across the teacup ride. Let's clear it. You know, then I'll like say what I need to say. Okay, with the Hermit and the Magician and the Sun, Wands, and the World. Whatever this is feels like it is everything. This is an everything kind of moment. It's all or nothing. It's all or nothing. It's in the sense of saying I'm not going to start it at all unless I can really, really take it all the way here. With the Father Wands all the way home. Father Wands mirroring the Sun Wands. Now, for a number of you, I'm hearing JLS, Burks, Berkey, Burke, B-U-R-K, Berkey, Burke, B-U-R-K-E, B-O-U-R-K-E. Okay, let's clear it. I don't know. Booney, Berkey, I don't know. Okay, but anyways, getting back to it, somebody's definitely a speaker here with the Magician. Maybe they give a lot of talks. I'm seeing somebody at a podium, they got a mic. I'm seeing them with the Magician and the High Priestess. Now, let's clear. I'm seeing SH here as well. Now, they get a lot of Virgo as well. I'm hearing that. Yeah, 6th house energies even. But anyways, they give off like a shy energy, but that it is intimidating, if you know what I'm saying. I'm saying that with the Hermit. Maybe they are kind of, I don't want to say they're cold or composed, but they're composed. They are composed. This is maybe somebody who is very hard to read. They got a really cool exterior. They don't maybe realize that they are intimidating to someone here. Maybe it's not even something that someone realizes intimidating. They're just like, it's like, I don't know how to approach her. Like, it's something more like that. It's like, I just don't know the language. I'm hearing that could definitely be actually with the Temperance card coming through, mirroring the Hermit and the Strength card. I'm hearing the Strength card, Magician, mirroring the Temperance card. This is all about possibly even like matter of compatibility. It's like, I don't know how to talk to her. Like, what do I talk to her about? Okay. Somebody maybe feels like they're just not, they feel kind of uncool around this person. I don't know. They feel dorky anyways, but it could be a professional thing as well, right? It's like, well, do I know enough about that subject matter? Like, am I competitive enough? I'm hearing that in whatever way, like in terms of even how I feel I could take the connection to the next level. Now, let's get back to what the Father wants. That's always a matter of your personal interpretation. That's not for me to come and say, oh, you're competitive enough or not. This is all perspective. Who says you have to compete, period, right? 10 Pentacles are right. But anyways, now, with the Father of Wands in reverse, Father of Pentacles in reverse, looking at the Father of Wands upright, there is a, yeah. Somebody, though, gets to the point. Now, I'm seeing, like, in their mind, right before I'm seeing two people get on these different, like, carousels, they are little cups on the teacup ride, and someone is thinking so much. I'm hearing Virgo. So much. They have so many thoughts, okay, about what they're going to say, how they're going to say it, when they finally meet this person. I'm hearing that with the Hangman. They're, like, kind of going a little bit crazy, all right? They're going a little bit mad, okay? A little bit mad. They're trying to, like, perfect how they're going to hit the baseball bat just hard enough so the ball, okay, has enough of a projectile across the field that would be just perfect. It would land not at them, exactly at them, but it would land kind of just before them, just at their foot, you know, just enough for them to realize that they are far enough, but close enough for them to, I'm hearing holler at. I'm hearing that as well. Yeah, no, they're planning, like, it from A to Z, in their mind's eye, possibly. Now, come the moment, when they finally do sort of meet, I'm hearing that as well, their mind is so filled with all of the strategy. I'm seeing that with the Nine of Swords in reverse. It's almost like they're consumed by their own preparative energies here with the Nine of Swords in reverse, Eight of Swords in reverse. It's really like to the point where it's like your mouth is like kind of stuck. It's like you can't do what you've been planning almost. It's something like this, Taurus. Too much strategy, it's like I'm seeing somebody's kind of frozen, like they're frozen. Even like on the date, it's like they feel like everything's in slow motion, like they're flirting in quicksand. It's like something like that. It's like, you know, your gestures are like slowed down, you know. It's like very interesting. Death, okay, with the Fool. For a number of you, this could actually be a birth moment. Yeah, absolutely, with the Tower as well, the base of the Fool. It's a new beginning, and at the end of the day, regardless, even if we end up saying what we wanted to say, not saying what we wanted to say, you know, either way, we will have some kind of awakening here from hearing from now on. Interesting. Nine of Pentacles upright, Fool upright. It can actually be again a birth, but Death is looking at the Fool. They're getting farther and farther away from one another. someone here is also falling in love. So this could be someone who you've known maybe this person. And again, it's just a matter of like, yeah, somebody's, every time they want to get even romantic with this person, they kind of they retreat. I'm saying that with the Mother of Wands in reverse. They never get to the finish line. Okay, now with the Ace of Cups leading out, now I'm not saying that's a lot, like they're not actually thinking that. They're not like, oh shit, I'm always thinking, I'm always in my head. It's more of like in the moment sort of energy that they just like are consumed. Okay, I'm seeing it more kind of like that, Taurus, more kind of like, you know, they're just like, you know, in the, hence the feeling of being stuck. It's not even that like you're understanding that you're stuck, you're just like, I'm just like stuck, you know, it's like shock. It's like you seeing your idol or something, you know, something like that, starstruck energy. Let's get into it here. I'm seeing two people even work together. Somebody works somewhere. Somebody could be a waiter, a waitress. I'm hearing family. She's with her family. No, I can't. Like maybe someone sees someone with their friends or I'm hearing the followers. Again, someone could be famous here. It's like they just, I can't say it now. It's not appropriate. I'm hearing that. So somebody's a farmer. I'm hearing that again. The family's a farmer. Okay. Okay. Now let's pull the cards, Taurus, and see what comes through. Yeah, I know somebody's like, it's even interrupting like their ability to concentrate or focus at work, and they're just at a point where it's like, okay, like I need to focus. You know, it's like really kind of, I don't want to say it's getting the best of them, but it's like they feel like they need to get back on track with things here. Kind of like back into the programmed mind state. I'm seeing that as well. Now it could be a metaphor. Justice in reverse on the 1st of May. The 2nd of May is the Daughter of Pentacles upright. 2 of Wands in reverse on the 3rd. Someone's like deciding on something. They're like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. I don't know. Like this somebody's with their friend. It's clear. They're feeling a little bit nauseous here. They're like, I don't know if I should go up to her. It's like, do you know her name? It's like, yeah. It's like, okay, just go up to her. Like, I don't understand. Their friend doesn't understand. This is very interesting. This came through in the Gemini reading, even the Virgo reading, I believe. Yeah, but it's like the signs are all there, okay? It's like all green lights, okay? I'm seeing green lights here. It's like, except for one. There's one light that is still yellow, and it's like, what do I do about that one yellow light? It's like, you don't yell that name out. I'm hearing you just say like what you really want. It's like, so maybe this is like even a interpretive thing. Like maybe someone feels like there's something about the interaction that's throwing them off, like maybe something about this person's behavior that makes them question like, oh, but you know, for example, I'm pretty sure she likes me like that, but it's just that one thing, I'm just not sure about the one thing, so it throws off the whole thing. It's like, you know, maybe their friend is telling them, don't worry about that. Their friend may even like kind of set them up here. I'm hearing that. They're like, you need to just come on already. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Yeah, it comes down to feeling ready for this though. Taurus. So someone's like introducing their friend. They're like, hello, Taurus. Yeah, she's right here. Hello, say hello. I'm hearing that. So maybe two people are like trying to get to know one another, and there is a third party here who's actually assisting in that space. Take it as you will. Let's continue. We got the Daughter of Cups. Wow, no. For a number of you, someone is like not aware that this person is that nervous. They're not. And it can be something that is just like so not obvious. Like again, you know, it's like, oh, I didn't know that. Hi, you know, it's like they don't realize that this person is really got eyes like that for them, you know? It's like, oh, I didn't realize, I'm so sorry. It's like, you know, it's like, okay, I didn't realize that you were also like there. Now this could be a metaphor again, right? It could be a psychological thing as well. I'm hearing that psychic experience. Mother of Swords coming through, like this may not be a literal conversation, for example, right? 6 of Pentacles leads you out in reverse. No, but someone's thinking, maybe the decision is the tactical approach that they are to take. But in the meantime, in the deciding period, oh no, like the teacup has already since like rotated off, like again, and you're gonna have to come back around. It's like, you know, you're even like on a roller coaster and like, I don't know, like you meet eyes with someone on another roller coaster and it's like there is this like sinusoidal wave like moment where you interact, but then it's like, I don't know, and then it's like in that moment you're like, fuck, it's like too intense, it's too close. The moth is like too mesmerized by the flame to really make out with it. I'm hearing that as well. Maybe somebody's gonna kiss someone and then they like stop. They didn't do it because they were just too nervous. Let's clear it. Possibly. Anyways, then it's like the roller coaster like goes on. It's like, fuck. They don't even realize though that they didn't take the opportunity on. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what it seems like. It's not like they're literally holding themselves back in the moment. So anyways, now it's like, and it could be a cultural thing, a language thing. They just get tongue-tied whenever they're around this person. I'm hearing pig. Take it as you will. It could be a particular message here. But now I'm saying, then there's like there are two roller coasters. They continue. And it's like, the thought is, okay, I'm going to have to wait until the next time we come around. All right. So it's like, yeah. And then it comes back around, you know, eventually. But you got to go through the rest of the roller coaster ride, and then, you know, eventually it makes a loop again, and you will eventually meet each other again. I'm hearing it like this. Now, again, it could be a metaphor, but for a number of you, it's not fun anymore. I'm hearing that with the Daughter Cups upright. Okay, we want Sorry about that, Taurus. The phone cut there. Yeah, it's like, it's just getting kind of annoying and frustrating. Like with the Daughter Cups, it's like, yeah, it's just not fun anymore, we were saying, right? It's like, okay, I have to go through the whole rest of the ride again, and then I have to meet them again. It's like, oh, but we were saying, someone possibly, they work somewhere, and like they every so often see someone. It's a routine thing with the Daughter Cups and the Moon. Yeah, it's not funny. I'm hearing this is not fun anymore. Whatever this, like, because it's like, it goes up and then it goes down, and it's like, I'm just really tired of, like, you know, waiting to see them again. Like, maybe for a number of you, the intensity is just, yeah, the attractions, this is for never, the attraction's too much. So physically, someone gets, like, kind of frozen and, like, tied up. I'm hearing that in a certain way with the Moon in reverse. Like, they're not able, yeah, it's really, this person is really, they got a lot of emotion here going on. A lot of emotion here with the Father Cups sitting over the Moon. And this is somebody who just, you know, they're silent and they're staring at you, but like, it's so much more than that. Okay, let's clear it. They have so much they want to say that they are just not saying anything. It's like they're silent. Now, this is a general reading, right? You have to take it as you will, meditate on the energy, see if it resonates with you. Watch other signs as well if you feel guided, right? Your Venus sign, your Mars sign for matters of love. Let's clear to the heart chakra. And you know, there's just a lot going on here, even energetically, spiritually. For a number of you, there are upgrades happening when you do meet this person. So there's a lot happening that you don't necessarily see. It's just like, I just feel, you know, a lot happening. Let's clear, yeah. And so, you know, there are those interactions, right, where you know, on some level that something is taking place that is significant, possibly, again, I'm saying possibly, because it's a general reading, and we're not talking about absolutely every single person who's watching this reading is going, you know, you got to just say, you know, the story to yourself as well, and, like, think, like, does it make sense? You know what I'm saying? Like, Father, Cups upright, Son of Cups upright, Son of Swords, like, so someone feels possibly that there's just also too much going on in the environment, they're overwhelmed. Okay, maybe they were going to kiss someone. I'm just seeing this for a number of you. They wanted to even at least communicate something. A kiss can be metaphorical. Maybe they wanted to get something off their chest. They wanted to communicate, be honest and vulnerable with somebody, like transparent with somebody. I'm hearing that Son of Swords with the Son of Cups. It's all about emotion and the verbalization of that, communication. Father Cups upright, the representation of that. Okay, the comfort point where we say, hey, yeah, this is what I feel, and I'm just going to own it, and I'm going to carry it forward. Father Cups being that highest suit of water energy, sitting next to the Son of Cups and the Son of Swords, we see this development of that emotional realization. So not only what we feel, okay, what we want to say, but the ability to orchestrate and synchronize what we feel and what we say about what we feel. And if that makes sense. Like, you know, there is something that we feel we're almost at a point with, and someone's getting really close to maybe even asking for help here. I'm hearing that with the Son of Swords. Maybe they're going to even ask a friend to, like, get involved, like, hey, can you just sort of set it up so that, you know, it's like, hey bro, can you push me on stage sort of energy, like, I don't want to, if this happens again, like, just kind of yeah, like, maybe someone feels physically like they cannot handle the situation. Like, for a number of you, it can even be someone who literally acts opposite of what they feel in the moment. So let's say someone has a crush on somebody, right? And they see that person. And let's say they've been waiting years to meet with that person. They literally run away from them. Okay, it's like something like that. We gotta say sandbox dynamics, but, you know, okay, on the playground. all right, but it's okay. Hey, we all have these tendencies at times, right? And that's how we learn about ourselves and who we are and who we want to be. When you look at ourselves and say, was that something that I want to do? Okay, do I want, you know? So it's always a check-in point, though. And the more honest we are in that space, you know, the more helpful the next storyline will be for us when it comes to what we really want to create. And I'm just going to get the charger here because the phone is going to die. So I'm hearing 880. I'm hearing that as well. Somebody is asking, like, an elder for some sort of advice here. They're like, you know, really, like, what do you think? Or maybe someone in relation to them is giving them advice to get advice. It's like, well, maybe you should ask so-and-so. Or maybe they're even watching, like, montage films or something with elders. I'm hearing older couples in love. I'm hearing that as well. They're kind of, like, watching these sentimental videos. Like, maybe they're trying to get themselves in the mood here for something, like, you know, to really get into, I'm hearing religious with the Magician, to get in, let's go religious, I'm hearing that again, with the Magician reverse, to get into the vibe, okay, of being courageous enough to call this out, whatever this is, with the Sun of Cups upright. And I am not talking about something particular. I don't go into the readings thinking about what I'm going to talk about. It is, well, it's a meditative energy. So I'm just channeling here. I know some people, I'm getting all kinds of emails that are like, you know, drawing up a whole fabula fairy tale story, okay, creating this whole entire screenplay movie of how I am talking about them in the readings, and I'm just not doing that. So I'm not doing that. So, you know, this is a channel message, and it's pretty uncomfortable to think that people are really so self-interested, we'll say, possibly even, that they would make a story about them contrary to what you have even said, you know, we are telling the story for. It's like, you're telling a story, let's say, right? Somebody's looking at you, they take your story and they're telling you what your story is. Like, they're telling you what your story is for you as you meant it. Even if you come and say, hey, the story is no one's story, necessarily. Okay? So, yeah, it's just really like, and this is a sacred space. You know, this is sacred for me. This is sacred work. I'm not here to manipulate energy. I don't do that. I don't work with energy work in that way, okay? I work with energy work, but I don't work with energy work in that way, where I will be manipulated. No way. I'm not interested in that whatsoever. And if somebody claims even that, oh, I'm going to do voodoo on you, that is like so delirious, okay, spiritually, because if you think about it, you know, that doesn't make sense. You cannot do voodoo, first of all. The universe is way too intricate, okay? Intricately designed to allow for that to happen, actually. For somebody to, you know, hold will upon another in a way that would, make sense only for them. No, what goes up comes down, and it doesn't work like that. So, you know, if you think that you're also getting away with something, doing something, forcing someone to believe something, I'm going to make the story what it needs to be, you know, even with yourself, it's not gonna work out in that way down the line. So it's just better to be really clear with yourself, with where you're talking yourself into. I'm hearing the trap of, I hate to say it in that way, but with the Sun of Swords upright, it's like, there's just something that, you know, and this could be self-talk. It's like, am I telling myself something that is not true? And I know it's not true. Okay, for example, if I'm talking to myself in a way that is self-defeating, if I say, well, I feel that, you know, and why would I do that? Sun of Swords upright. Maybe some of you are getting really caught up and like really thrown around in your head at this point. Like, and it's just not, as you feel it helping you, it's not helping you get to where you feel you want to go in this connection. It's not helping you feel vulnerable. Someone feels like they're in a gridlock here with the Four of Cups upright, Sun of Swords upright, and the Two Wands in reverse. They feel like they are emotionally available, but they're unavailable. Okay, if you see what I'm saying. It's like they are ready for this experience, but they're not enabling themselves to experience it, okay? And that's always a point of free will. That will be a choice. That will be a decision. Let's clear it, yeah. And, you know, no one else can say for another, hey, you need to experience this. You're ready. It's time, okay? Yeah. And so this is not about, you know, making someone, you know, feel in love with you. And that's just what it is. If someone has communicated to you that they're not in love with you, it's not your place to tell time and space, okay, for everyone at the same time and place. I'm hearing it like that as well. Like, in other words, you're not the sole creator of the so-called future. The future doesn't exist. It's only now. And if you feel like you're not where you need to be and you need to control the so-called future, then you're not operating in a flow state. And I would take a closer look at that before you try to figure out the so-called future. There is something that is really needing to be brought forward at the Six of Wands universe. It's very controversial for a number of you. It is something maybe legal. I'm hearing even social, even religious, cultural. Yeah. With the Six of Wands in reverse, and mirroring that Justice card in reverse, we got to come out with this Moon in reverse in order to get to the next level here. And it can be something that's lingering in someone's subconscious or psyche. They're maybe a little paranoid, like they are maybe really in life, like someone a lot, but they're thinking, if I come out to them and say it, then I'm going to have to, you know, illuminate that, whatever that is for whoever. But Temperance here coming through. Yeah, and it's kind of intense. So, you know, they're just kind of maybe even, they feel overwhelmed. Like there is something that is controversial. I keep hearing that with the Tempest card upright as well. Mirroring the Sun of Cups. because it's kind of bizarre, you know? We have the Son of Cups, Father Wands, it's like Father Cups. It's kind of simple, where it's love. We're talking about love. It's a simple emotion, but there is a lot here that we feel possibly, you know, let's clear it in the heart chakra, wow, and in the sacral and the root. Let's clear it all the way down and all the way up and all around. For a number of you, there's something that you realize you are really at the mercy of. I don't know what that's alluding to. Maybe someone is afraid of being vulnerable. Okay, with the Son of Cups and the Father Wands, they feel like they really can lose themselves in this, and it can be religiously. I don't know what that's alluding to. If somebody's maybe very religious, what does that mean even, right? It's all it's all constructed. This reality is all a construct. So how you participate in it is the way that you are interrupting the frequency of the so-called status quo, and that's always different wherever you go. Let's clear it. Yeah, so there's no like primary, I'm hearing relationship as well that you hold is what you make it. I'm hearing that. I don't know what that's alluding to. Let's clear it. By the way, I'm not on a hallucinatory drug, just FYI. Some of you may be wondering, I'm not. I'm just channeling. So, yeah. All right, anyways, let's go back to it. Magician reverse. It's like a lucid dream-like state. Son of Cups looking in the future. You know, yet again, there's just something that just doesn't even make sense. It just doesn't add up. Maybe someone's freaking out because they feel like it's not going to make sense. It's in the back of their mind, though. It's like, will they think I'm weird? I'm hearing that as well. It's like, maybe someone is from a different culture. Again, maybe a different religion. Maybe they know, hey, if I were to become vulnerable in this space, then I would have to come out with that. And then it would be a big whole thing. Maybe they're not even logically incorporating that into the process of how they're going to unveil get involved with them. I'm hearing that in relation to whatever this is. It's just it's in the back of their mind. Like, let me say it like this. If someone comes forward and says, hey, why haven't you taken steps forward? It's like, oh, I'm just really busy. It's like, they're not rationalizing, hey, you know, well, I'm nervous because if I come out with this, then I would have to communicate that. Thank you for tuning in, Taurus. Enjoy this period. We'll jump into your extended link in the box below. That will be for April 15th, leading up into May 15th. And some of those readings are pretty long. Some of them are pretty short, and it's all relative. So, you know, if you find that a reading, you know, I find that the length and the speed at which I'm talking in the reading is it's all energy. I'm not like planning out, okay, 10 minutes for Taurus, 10, that's not my reading style. I'm not a reader like that. So if you're, you know, irked by the length of a video and, you know, I don't know, that's just not my reading style. And so just note that, okay? And I know many of you are really on board with that concept, okay? Like, I've done 5-hour-long readings, and then I've done 5-minute readings, and it's all of, so you're just gonna, interact with the energy in your way. Thank you for tuning in. Love and light. See you again. Any other messages coming through right before we tune it out? Yeah, so this is something that is going to be very intense spiritually for a number of reasons. What I'm seeing, there is a history here, something that you feel you need to get comfortable with the concept of. Thank you for tuning in. Always remember, it is a matter of your personal perspective. One more note here. Let's clear it. Leo, I'm hearing that. Yeah, Emperor in reverse. Maybe somebody here, I'm hearing this again. For a number of you, someone's famous, and that's kind of getting in their own head. Okay? They're really worried about how maybe others perceive them, but there are too many, it's like an accordion of expectation. Too many factors, maybe. Let's clear it. I'm hearing AA. Maybe there's a history or past here. Maybe there's some habits or something of that nature. Let's clear. Yeah, for a number of you, someone feels like, I'm hearing AJ. I'm not sure. AA. I'm hearing an A. Father Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Somebody possibly wants to just come out and communicate something clearly. Let's clear it again. Let's clear it. Let's clear it. I'm hearing Swahili. This has been coming through in a few readings. Something related to language. I'm hearing Leo with the Father Wands. Somebody is really, really into someone or something, but there is some aspect of this that maybe they even want to work on a project with someone, but there's just something in the environment maybe that they need to get comfortable. Well, no, 1 second. It can be they don't know how someone will react. No, let's clear it. There's something even financially or in the environment. Maybe somebody wants to even partner up with someone, but they feel like that can really get weird. I don't know. Like, maybe there's a financial side of this. Again, the Father Wands comes through at the apex. So someone is just really, again, they're concerned about their image. Thank you for tuning in. Always take it easy. Well, bye.